folks, Micah McGee here. In today's video, we're going to be bacon making wild hogs. You remember, you saw the video. We skinned these wild hogs the other day, and I just happened to be completely out of bacon. People think I would never run out of bacon. I always run out of bacon. I don't know how it happens. I've got to feed a bunch of boys. But anyway, I was thinking that I would have to wait and kill a mangalitsa when it gets cold here pretty soon. I'm not having to wait because my friend gave me this wild hogs, 3 of them, and they're thick. They're nice. I haven't had wild hog bacon in a while. I'm fixing to show you right now how to cut it off. All right, you're gonna start cutting off your bacon up here against this hind leg. There's a big old flap of fatty meat that comes up through to the ham. Bacon is made out of fatty meat. So we're gonna start there. We're gonna cut down. Now you don't wanna get into your tenderloins. Here's your tenderloins. I don't wanna get into my tenderloins, I'll just put it that way. I don't wanna get into the pork chop very much either. And right here, I'm right at running the edge of my pork chop. You can see right there. I'm taking actually a little bit of pork chop off. Now, if this was a monster hog, I'd just cut this off right over these ribs. It's not a monster hog. So I'm going to float over these ribs like this, down to the shoulder. Then I'm going to come across like that, give me a place to go to. I'm saving these shoulders for pig roasts. We'll have some shoulder roasts. So now I'm going to go back to the rib. I just want to lightly score over that rib where I can get around that rib. So I'm using just the point of my knife and riding that rib right around. I'm coming right over the top of this visceral fat, this leaf fat. I'm trying not to get too deep in there. Come right down like that. Now I have severed, you probably can hear it, some cartilage. That's okay. Now I'm going to be trying to fillet these right off of these ribs in a way that takes as much as possible. I don't want to leave much meat on the ribs. And you can understand why. Ribs can be had any day, but good bacon, that's different. Hold your knife like a Neanderthal. That is the way to get your bacon. Bacon wasn't created by the pristine, prissy little cutting, okay? Bacon was done by real men in a real time. And we're there, look here. We got it. Now, I got in the shoulder just a little bit, but it's okay. I just trimmed that shoulder blade right there and just got over it. I'll show you both sides of this beauty. It's not the thickest bacon in the world, but it's good. I cannot wait to get it cured, to get it smoked, and get it sliced, because then the frying and the eating starts. And you'll see that on this video, but right now, I've got to attack these hogs like the Neanderthal I am, because I was told that this morning on Facebook. That's what I look like. That's fine. I can get bacon. Let's do it. All right, I'm gonna sharpen my knife because because I'm gonna cut it differently this time. I've never made bacon the way I'm fixing to do this last one here, so I want my knife to be sharp as possible. When you go in and start having to fight it, that's when you start cutting cuts that you don't want and you start making mistakes. So I take my Warthog. I absolutely love this knife sharpener. I'm able to, with just a few strokes here, have it a perfect bevel on both sides. And since it has these springs, you don't have to worry. You just take your wrist, flip your wrist like that, and it just gets it. Warthog knife sharpener, Victorinox knife, both in the descriptions of my videos for you. Okay, McGee, tell me, how are you gonna do this? I'm gonna come around like I did last time, around to the pork chop, but instead of stopping, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going all the way. See how I took it off last time and cut it off, just like I did all of them? Not this time. So this is gonna be different, and I'm going to come down along the spine. So that means I need to find the spine right there. And I'm going to just follow the spine down. Yes, we are going to put the back straps in the bacon. Now it's a little trickier. I am going to do my cut around the top of the ribs very, very lightly. And then, being that I'm doing it this way, it's going to be easiest for me to unroll it like this, I believe. So that means I need to get over them ribs. And get down here to this shoulder. I'm coming to about here, so I'm going to terminate that. Let me just make sure I got it. Now, we're going to fillet. There we go.
It's a good thing the rib can be filleted out.
Yes. All right. And it feels like I got more ribs in there.
There is a little pull cord towards 2/3 of the way up.
It is no problem. You can get them out a lot easier than you can get them in.
This is true.
All right. Now, pull good and hard on that. I'm going to separate this tenderloin spot here. And there's floating ribs all along here. It feels, okay, I've got another rib. When you do something different, it's just different.
You learn.
Come out from among her. There we go. Now, there's a floating rib in there. Some kind of rib in there. I'm gonna cut out. That's a real rib. It ain't a floater. There we go. All right. Now, we're going all the way to the spine. I'm not sure if this is going to turn loose and you're going to have to be holding on.
I might be. That's all right. I agree with that.
All right. Got to get around those little bones. Yep. Ha ha. All right, folks. There's the bacon. You can clearly see where the bacon ends and the loin begins. We're going to have loin in this bacon. I cannot wait. Let me stress, I'm excited. Over the years, I've had multiple people tell me to try buckaboard bacon. If I understand right, buckaboard bacon is from the shoulder. I haven't done it. I should probably. I don't know exactly what backstrap bacon is called. It runs through my mind that it's probably Canadian bacon, just because the Canadian bacon I've seen in the past has that look, but I don't know. Drop down in the comments and let me know what you think. But right now, it's time to go get salt on the meat. All right, the first thing I'm gonna do is talk about the salt that I use. I get the question, just about every single bacon curing video, what salt do you use and where can I get it? I use 50-pound salt. I get it from my local co-op. It costs $12.99 a bag. That's cheap. $12.99 a bag. 5 bags with tax included was $71.12. 5 bags, that's 250 pounds of salt. You can't beat that deal. And I asked them at the co-op, I said, I got all kinds of people wanting to buy salt. Will you ship it? And they said, maybe, but the shipping would be kind of high. I said, people would still probably want it. And they said, well, we're in the process of getting a website built. So I said, okay, we'll wait until the website's built and I'll give that out. So right now, you probably can't, but you can check your local co-op. If you have farmers co-op in your area, see if they carry evaporated food grade salt. It's made by Trufalo, USC, which stands for United Salt Corporation, established in 1928. They've been putting salt out for a while. That's what I use to cure mine. It's just straight salt. There's no nitrates or cures or anything like that. It's just straight salt. Over the years, people have used every kind of salt known to man. Back in the day, somebody just recently commented and said their dad cured their stuff with stock salt. It don't matter what kind it is, but that's what I use. Non-iodized salt. That's probably what you want to go with. Another question, how many times can you reuse it, or is it one and done? You can use it all winter long, a whole season. When it starts getting hot in the summertime, you've probably, if you cure like I do, you've pulled out enough moisture that the salt don't look too great anymore. And when it gets warm weather, I just don't trust it, and I use it to put in my driveway to kill the weeds. Or you could use it for different things, but that's what we do right here. Let's go put some in the salt now. All right, let's see what our salt looks like from last time. It looks really good. I'm gonna put some rubber gloves on my hands, not for sanitation reasons, not for hygiene. I don't want to get the salt in my cuts. I've got cuts on my hand. I took a chunk out of my thumb. That happened literally when I was skinning these pigs. And if you've ever had salt in a wound, you would know why the proverbial saying, salt in a wound, came to be. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and then we're gonna get to salting. As of looking at it, it looks really good. I'll dig around in there and make sure it's as good as it looks, but I've only used this salt one time. Therefore, past experience would tell me this salt is going to be in pristine condition. The bacon that I salted and cured was very thick, fatty bacon, and that usually don't produce all that much liquid. It's the meaty bacon that produces a lot. So it's looking good. I'm just going to pull it all back and we'll start salting some bacon. All right, the first one I'm going to get out is the one with the pork loin in it. You can clearly see where the bacon comes and hits the loin right there. I also see that I got a gland. The gland pulled out easy. I'm going to trim this up just a little bit here where it's got a flap on it. That's not really going to be worth a whole lot. All right, I'm going to take the loin side, turn it down, and lay it into this nice bed of salt I've got. And now I'm just going to cover that over with salt. And that's going to be our building block for the next bacon, which is right here. The rest of my bacons are just normal, typical bacons. Good looking, I might add. I'm going to put the thick end on this downward hump, kind of level this out. We'll do another layer of salt. I do not believe in going easy on the salt. Just absolutely use some salt. No sense taking a chance on spoilage. Here's the next one. That's actually two. Lay him in there. This is the one you can clearly see in the first video I showed you. Part of the bacon got cut off. That was this one. Not a problem. We will still have plenty of bacon. Time work, it's all said and done. That's the next layer. Throw another one on. More salt going on. I'm going to bring all this salt up here now. And I'm just going to level that bottom out. Toss me a bacon in there. Then I'll come down with it. Like that. Another level. Last bacon going on. Just like that. These things fit perfect for 2 stacks here. And I can see a little bit of meat poking through there. So I'm not going to go down any further. Just level that out, come around. And that's plenty. That's got good coverage on everything. There ain't much that excites McGee more than that. That's absolutely awesome. I got a little bit of salt left from last time. You can tell by the bags I smoke in here. I leave the salt in here. I'm just going to finish pouring the rest of the salt in. Say, McGee, that's overboard. It might be, but I'm going to bring it up here and backfill right up through here against these bacons here. Just like that. There's no doubt we've salted enough to do the job. Now you say, McGee, how long do you leave it in there? We're going to leave this in here 24 hours. And at the 24-hour point, I'm going to get them out. I'm going to wash them off. Hang them up and let the smoke roll. And McGee, what kind of smoke you using? I haven't completely decided yet. I'll let you know. I'm thinking about cutting up an apple tree that's 25 years old that never bore any fruit and make applewood bacon. What do you think? Should I? Should I not? I like my hickory smoke pretty good. They say applewood is really good. I've tried it. It is. McGee, what are we going to do? Make up your mind, McGee. This apple tree was given to me and my wife as a wedding gift 25 years ago. Almost. Well, it's dead. It never did produce a single apple. I think I planted it too deep in the ground. This is its last day. It's actually got one side over here that's still alive. It's going to smoke some bacon. Here's the difference between the dead and the live. I don't know if you can really see it. This is punky, pithy. It will burn up and create a nasty smoke. This here will burn slow, create coals, and make a nice smoke. I'm gonna sort out the good from the bad, and we're gonna smoke some bacon. this one. This is Wild Hog bacon, straight from the source. Some of it's crispy, some of it's a little on the chewy side. I'm gonna take a little bit of both just to make sure we get a good accurate representation. Let's pass that around and see what everybody thinks. You might have noticed in the skillet, something very strange McGee did. Poured a little water in there. I realized it needed a little splash of water. How'd you know it needed a splash of water, McGee? Ain't never heard of such a thing. Well, this wild bacon is sitting there and it's not really making good pan contact. That water, splash of water, takes care of that. It'll steam it, especially if you put a lid on it. I use those two methods right there to get this product. Come on in, Matt. We didn't wait on you, but we're waiting now.
Oh,
Yeah, we're sweet, I know. You want to be eating a little wild bacon, Captain Matt?
sure.
All right, let's try it out. I'm going to start with it crunchy right here. They're not really crunchy, but it's good. I'm getting a good smoke flavor. That applewood really done a number on it. And it's still smoking this morning when I got it out of the smokehouse. What do y'all think about it, boys?
I got a chewy one. It's pretty good.
It's hard to make wild bacon turn out real crispy and nice, especially when you slice it with a knife, because you can't quite get it that super thin. Here's one that's still a little bit translucent. It actually chews easier. I'm amazed. Wild bacon fat doesn't just render down real quick and easy like Mangalitsa fat. It really holds its own, and that's pretty good for bacon because it don't disappear completely on you. Caleb, what do you think?
It's really good.
It's got just the right amount of smoke and salt.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's good.
And we're just completely out of bacon, folks. We had 0 bacon. That's a rough position to find yourself in. You want to find yourself in a position with a lot of bacon. What do you guys think about it, Matt and Nathan?
I think it's better than bacon.
It's right uptown, ain't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's got a really good flavor.
Really good flavor. I don't know if applewood smoke, if that's what makes it so much better. I know hickory smoke would have been as good. I don't know if it would have been different. Someday we're going to do a side-by-side taste test. Applewood versus hickory and see if we can taste the difference. There's always more ways to do bacon testing. And when you're a YouTuber, you need everything you can get. So we'll have to do that. We'll do a side-by-side someday. But for now, this is Wild Bacon 2026. Smoke, salt, and pork. That's good. People throw these away and say they're nasty. I think they're crazy. You like it, Zach?
Yeah.
Pretty good? It almost has a little bit of a ham taste.
Oh boy.
It's kind of a cross between ham and bacon. Anyway, there you go. I've got an entire playlist of bacon videos. It's called Make your own bacon or something along that line. Just drop down through there and look for it. We got a lot of wild hog bacon, a lot of tame hog bacon. We got deer bacon. We got beef bacon. I don't know what all kinds of bacon we got in there, but we like our bacon. But that's all we got for you today. Hope you have a great day. We'll see you on the next video.